Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nite Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So happy to see all of you. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. According to that, you can take one of these, either morning, afternoon, or evening. Or I think the best is to say Hare Krishna. So it's for morning also, it's for afternoon also, for evening also, even for the night. So we are again here together um, to hear about Bhagavad Gita, the message of Krishna. What is he speaking? Last time we were discussing, Krishna was speaking about higher taste. And then after higher taste, we also had about I think we were discussing about the fall down, how it happens, how we should be careful. So we were discussing the two verses from Bhagavad Gita. And yes, now after that, the habits, I hope we discussed about the habits of that. And after speaking all this, now we're going to discuss a very, very important subject today. That subject is being different. Now, Krishna is telling Arjuna that Arjuna, you should be different from the world. You have to learn that. And it is really good. Most of us, we would like to be, or we consider ourselves to be different, isn't it? Every one of us. At least I think I'm different from others. Uh, so maybe every one of us think, and Krishna here is encouraging Arjuna to be different from the world. Don't be just one in the stock. Don't just be, one in the crowd. Shine out. So this is a verse which will be a kind of a confusing verse to hear, but then when you go into the depth of it, you realize that there is so much to learn. And what is Krishna saying? Krishna is saying you have the potential, you have the energy, you have the capability, or rather, I should say, Krishna is speaking about the gift of human life in this verse. What is the gift of human life? We have received a fat gift from Krishna. now some of you may be thinking, no, we don't like to be fat. So then why are you saying a fat gift from Krishna? Fat gift from Krishna is facility, ability, and time. FAT. So facility, ability, and time Krishna has given us in this lifetime. And Krishna is telling in this verse, be different, utilize them, and show to the world that you have the capability. This is what he's telling Arjuna. So let's read the verse and then we will start the discussion on these verses, or on this verse, sorry. Yes, so this is the verse which is here on your screen. I suppose you all can see it. Yes. Okay. So yeah, we will read the verse. Ya nisha sarvabhutana tasyam jagrati sanyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato mune. It's a very nice verse. Let me repeat it once more for those of you who would like to memorize. Ya nisha sarvabhutana tasyam jagarti sanyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato mune. The translation is, what is night for all beings is the time of awakening controlled, and the time of awakening for all beings is night for the introspective sage. See, this is why I said that a bit confusing verse, that what is night for others is day for us, and what is day for us is night for us. What's going on, I mean, here in this verse. So let's start some discussion, wonderful discussion on this verse, which is going to teach a lot of lessons. And now, in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, what we have seen, Krishna starts speaking. It's an important thing. Krishna has not spoken in first chapter. Only Arjuna was going on speaking, giving explanation, reasons after reasons why I'll not fight. Then Krishna starts speaking from this chapter. And then Krishna has spoken about the knowledge of the soul, difference between soul and body. Then you remember Arjuna asked a question. What is the symptom of a person who's fixed, steady? Sthita pragyasya ka bhasha. How does he speak? How does he walk? How does he sit? And then Krishna explained that how a wise person lives in different reality. And now Krishna is revealing the spiritually awakened and materially absorbed life in opposite worlds. Same city, same family, same job, but different consciousness. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam, for everyone when it is night, tasyam jagrati sanyami, the self-controlled people are awake that time. It doesn't mean that whole night they don't sleep, and when everyone is awake and then whole day they sleep. This is done by anyway. Those who are working in India in IT firms, and they have to just be awake whole night working, and then the whole day they sleep. They cannot. So it doesn't mean Krishna is speaking about them. We will understand whom does Krishna is speaking about. So this verse, very nicely it's explained, Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam, that which is night for Sarva Bhutana, all others who are not interested in devotion, who are not interested in Krishna, who are not interested on spiritual path, who are just thinking that life means eat, drink, and be merry, who thinks that life means only one chance to enjoy. Don't worry about what will happen in future. So ya nisha sarva bhutanam. For them, they have no interest. They have night for what? They have night for spiritual topics. They have night for chanting. They have night for renunciation. They have night for self-control. So it's night for them. Okay, we don't want to do it. Tasyam jagrati sanyami. The self-controlled person is awake in all these things. He's very alert, he's very enthusiastic, he's joyful in performing devotional service, in walking on the spiritual path. So Krishna is saying this, that all those people who have closed their eyes for spiritual life, they feel that it is just a waste of time. I can earn money in that. Why go and waste time in chanting? Why go and waste time in the temple? Why go and waste time in service? I can earn money in that. So for that people, see, earning money, again, when I speak on this, please understand, earning money is not a problem. The problem is forgetting Krishna. One can be very famous, one can be very wealthy, one can be very opulent, one can be very influential, no harm. But don't forget Krishna. So, tasyam jagrati sanyami and yasyam jagrati bhutani. So now all others are awake. So first, two things Krishna has spoken. First situation where all others are sleeping and the devotee is awake, which means all others have closed their eyes for spiritual topics, japa, renunciation, etc. But whereas the devotee is very alert for that, very enthusiastic and joyful. Now, second situation he is giving. Yasyam jagrati bhutani, all others are awake. They consider it as a day, all those. So, what are they awake to? They are awake to sense enjoyment. They are awake to fulfilling their ambitions, their ego, the competitions in the world. So, they are very awake to all these things. Sa nisha pashyato mune. For the wise people, that is sleeping, darkness. So, what excites the world exhausts the devotee. Devotee is not interested in all those things. Why is he not interested? Because he has got a higher taste. It is not that he has become a Babaji, he has become a renounced person, he has become a sage in Himalayas. No, he has developed a higher taste. Like, say, for example, on one side you have a dry roti to eat, and the other side you have chappan bhog with all that rasmalai and rasagulla and all those things. What would you like to take? Unless you have some disease, unless you're diabetic, you would like to take, rasmalai, rasagulla. Why would someone go for dry roti? So similarly, here it is said that for a devotee, so don't think that devotee has become a completely renounced person, not interested in anything. It doesn't, the world doesn't interest him. No, it is just that his interest has gone on a higher level. He is very much happy with Krishna. So this is just the word by word meaning of the verse. Now just take the analogy which is given, day and night. So what is the day for others? For the day for the others is parties, prestige, endless plans, anxiety, comparison. This is day for the others, isn't it? Our whole life goes in that. We compare with each other. Oh, that person has a better car than me. Let me also take a new car. We are in always anxiety given by others. And those who give us anxiety, they are very happy. And we remain in anxiety. Oh, why this happened to me? What should I do? Why this person spoke to me like this? He has spoken and he is gone also. And he is enjoying his life. But we are in anxiety. And then we have our endless plans, right? So this is day. And what is a devotee's day? Devotee's day is he's remembering Krishna. He loves to hear about Krishna. Like you see, all of you, whether it is morning or afternoon for you, but then all of you, you leave your work and then you are very alert here. You're hearing. Why are you hearing? The only reason you're hearing is because it is about Krishna. What is Krishna speaking about me? Bhagavad Gita is spoken about you. He is instructing everyone. So you have that interest, you're alert. Okay, Krishna has spoken something, must be very important. Let me hear that. This is a devotee's day. He's very much interested to hear what Krishna says. So that's why he gets up early, like all of you. Because others will say, why wake up so early, that too on a Sunday morning? Devotee says, why sleep so long? Please understand, your alarm clock reveals your consciousness. Because sometimes you put alarm for 12 o'clock in the afternoon, so that at least by that time I can get up. There are people like that. So your alarm clock reveals your consciousness. So this wonderful verse gives us a lot of lessons. We'll come to that, but here we can understand the consciousness defines who we are, defines a reality. Same activity, different meaning. Like, say, for example, chanting of the holy name. It may be so boring for one person. What is it? You are just sitting in Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. It's so boring. Do some activity, man. What are you doing? It's very boring. But for others, it's just nectar. As soon as they take the name of Krishna, they get connected to the source of all happiness. They find so satisfaction, peace in the heart, and they're very happy. It's nectar for them. Same activity, but different consciousness. So truth does not change, but the perception changes, how you look at it. And then this verse also explains us that spiritual life is not escapism. Because we are saying devotees are sleeping, they are not doing any work. They are not actually, they should be doing work. They should be earning money. They should be doing this. Yes, they should be doing that. They are not sleeping. So devotees are not asleep. They are awake to reality. The world may call devotees as dreamers. Why they do call dreamers? Because they are asleep. The world is asleep. So at least they are dreamers, better than them. But we are not dreamers. We are the person who are in touch with reality. So as devotees, we are trying to come to the reality, face the reality. We are not closing our eyes and thinking that everything around us is in darkness. No, we are opening our eyes to reality. We are facing the problems. We are facing the challenges. We are trying to find the solution. We are not running away. That is devotional life. Devotional life is to go to the root cause and find the cause and find the solution. A very interesting thing which comes from this verse is don't seek validation from the majority. We do that. In our life, we want whatever I am doing, it should be validated by so and so, validated by majority. If everyone is doing that, then it is right. Isn't it? If everyone is not doing, then maybe something wrong. Oh, everyone is going to the pub, and am I a fool? I'm sitting at home and chanting Hare Krishna. Forget it. Let me go and have a bottle of beer or something like that. So don't seek validation from majority, that what majority is doing, I should be doing. Majority often lives in ignorance. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Manushyanam sahastreshu kashid yatati siddhaye. Out of millions and millions of people, very few start seeking perfection. So majority, as per Krishna, they are in ignorance. Why should we seek validation from them? Am I doing something? Is it right or wrong? Who's going to validate? Who's going to put a tick? Yes, correct. It is not the majority. It is not those who are enjoyers. It is not those who are in ignorance. It is Krishna. He will validate. So yes, if he validates, then things become perfect. So that's why don't seek validation from majority, which means don't get disheartened. If you see people around you are not spiritual, if you see people around you are all cheaters, if you see people all around you are not interested in following an honest path, or people around you just want to defame you, just want to put you down, don't get disheartened. Because these people, They may be in majority, but they are in ignorance. So think what Krishna thinks about you. Has Krishna any time tried to put you down? No, no way. Has Krishna any time tried to discourage you from doing anything which is good? No. So that's why don't seek validation. Krishna stamping is required. Krishna says, I am happy. Done. We don't need any other validation. So devotee, he lives for Krishna. And that is why this verse says, devotee is living ahead of time. People are sleeping, he's already awake. So devotee is living ahead of time because all others are sleeping spiritually. Devotees are future oriented. We are preparing for our future. We are preparing for death while others are preparing for weekend and pleasure. So we are future oriented. We are thinking that let's not waste time now. Let's prepare so that when the final moment comes, I pass the test and I go back to Krishna. So devotee wakes up before the alarm of death rings. But others, they wait for the alarm and then they die. So that's why we see in the life of great devotees like Prahlad, where world was asleep in sense enjoyment, his own family, his own father, everyone was asleep in sense enjoyment. This small child, 5-year-old, he was awake in God consciousness. And such heavy torture could not shake his clarity. The world called him foolish. His father called him foolish. Everyone else, his teachers, they were calling him, you're a fool. Give up what you are doing. But Lord called him fearless. So what is important? People calling you foolish or God calling, Krishna calling you fearless? We need what Krishna says, validation from Krishna, not from anyone else. We have example of Haridas Thakur, who was so interested in chanting the holy name. He chanted all night. World was asleep in ignorance completely, and Haridas Thakur was sitting and chanting. So sometimes people may think that, are you guys abnormal? You get up so early and you sleep so early. No, we are normal in a mad world. So we are not abnormal, we are normal in a mad world. And people think that sometimes this path of bhakti, devotion, seems very difficult. So isn't it bhakti very difficult? Or initially, at least, it feels difficult. Yes, because you are waking up after a long time, after long sleep. That is why initially it looks very difficult. Suppose you have slept for 4 hours, 5 hours, you feel fresh. You have slept for 12 hours, you won't feel fresh. You slept for 12 years and you wake up, how will you feel? And you have slept for ages and then you wake up, how will you feel? That is why bhakti feels a little difficult in the beginning. So that's why uh, we should understand that how this verse is explaining that live differently. Live differently in Krishna consciousness. Does not mean abandon your family, work, society. It means living in the same world with a different consciousness, different center of and different purpose. So let's discuss how we can live differently in this world. Differently means having a higher purpose. The first thing what you have to do is change the center of your life to Krishna. Others' life revolve around two things, me and mine. That's all. I and mine. But Krishna consciousness life revolves around Krishna and his pleasure. So two things, I and mine, That means me and my pleasure. And devotee's life is Krishna and his pleasure. I always remember whenever I speak about this I and mine, the story of a very great saint called Kanak Das. Such a great person that if you go to South India, there is a city called Udupi in Karnataka, and there is a very wonderful temple and beautiful deity of Krishna. So this temple was established many years ago, maybe about 800 years or something. Now, sometime back when this great devotee Kanak Das was staying, it was and the time when people were practicing certain kind of caste system. So he was from a very low caste and he was not allowed by people who were puffed up, thinking that we are very great. We are born in a very, family. Allow him to come into the temple, ignoring his devotion. And he was such a great devotee. He could not go and have darshan of the Lord in the temple. He used to cry. He used to sit behind the temple and just cry tears that I'm not able to see. And he used to think, what kind of sinful person am I? Here is Krishna, just this wall in between me and Krishna, and I'm not able to see him. He used to cry. Tears sitting there. In such a pain of not seeing him. What he did is he is not facing the way it should face. So what happened? The temple was there. People used to enter from there and deity they were facing, and their deity was giving darshan. But for this devotee who was sitting behind, what happened is uh, he was so eager to have to see Krishna, just a glimpse of it. So he was sitting and crying, and he saw there was a small crack in the wall. He just thought, okay, there's a crack. So he went there and he started looking from the crack. Can I have darshan of Krishna inside? Okay, I'm not allowed to go inside. Maybe I can have it from here. And Krishna saw his eagerness. And Krishna was the other side. He was facing the other side. So if he would have seen, he would have seen back side of Krishna. And Krishna didn't want that. So the deity turned. Krishna is now also, today also, if you go to take darshan, you enter from the temple, right in front, you don't see anything. You have to go to the back side, there you can see Krishna. So the deity turned for him. And he was seeing, and the crack became a little bigger, and he could have darshan of Krishna. That is why those who are traditionally following the principles, even today, when they go to take darshan of Krishna, they don't go inside the temple. So there a window is being made now from where he saw from the crack. There is a window outside. So from the outside of the temple, outside the temple wall, they go into that window, first have darshan from there, and then they go inside. That is Krishna's love for his devotee. The deity turned completely. So Kanak Das, such a great devotee, he was sitting with his spiritual master, his guru, and other sannyasi were sitting there. And the guru knew that Kanak Das is a very, very highly elevated person, though he may look very simple. So then he asked him, Kanak Das, and he pointed out to one of his sannyasi disciple with danda and all. Kanak Das, will he go back home, back to Godhead? Will he go back to the spiritual world? Kanak Das said, no. The person was shocked. You can imagine this is a sannyasi, and you've been told like that. And then he pointed out to another sannyasi. What about him, Kanakdas? Will he go back? No. So arrogant. And after asking for two, three of his disciples, the Guru pointed to him himself. Okay, Kanakdas, will I go back home, back to Godhead? Will I go back to the spiritual world? Kanakdas said, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. So all of them were so furious. What kind of a disciple is he? His guru is asking, will I go back? And he said, I don't know whether he'll go or no. He should be very sure. He should say, yes, yes, Guru Maharaj, you'll go. And then the guru asked Kanakdas, Kanakdas, will you go back to the spiritual world? And Kanakdas said, if I go, I go. So easily he said, if I'll go, I'll go. So if I go, I'll go. Now, all of them were so furious at him. Look at such an arrogant person. To the sannyasis, he's saying that, he'll not go, he'll not go. And to his guru, he's saying, I don't know. And when it is asked about him, he said, if I go, I'll go. But his guru, he knew that Kanakdas is not an ordinary person. He's not an arrogant person. If he's saying something, there must be something behind it. So he asked Kanakdas, can you explain? Kanakdas said, I told you, if I go, I'll go. What does that mean? He said, the I in me, the sense of I-ness, the ego, that I am very great. If I go, I will go. That was his thing. That as long as this I is there in me, the sense of I-ness, I am great, I'm nice, I'm very learned, I'm very knowledgeable. If I go, I'll go. So that's why this we have to change the center of our life. I was saying from I and mine to Krishna and his pleasure. This is a very wonderful teaching of this verse. So before any activity you perform, you should ask, how can this please Krishna? So same activity, different center, bhakti. So that's the first thing we should do to be different from the world as expected by Krishna. Second thing, begin your day with Krishna, not the world. Because a devotee's day begins even before the world wakes up. I met a person just 2 days ago. I was talking to him and he asked me, what time do you wake up? And I said 3:30. And he was looking at me like that. 3:30 every day. I said, yes, that's our routine. He didn't ask me anything. By his expression, I could understand. He was saying, when do you sleep? I mean, that's the time we sleep. Same verse which we are speaking here. Most of them sleep at 3:30, right? They come back from disco and all other parties, and that's the time for them to sleep. And for us, it is the time to wake up. This is verse is speaking about that. So the devotee's day should begin with Krishna, not with the world, right? So we wake up, we chant, uh, we chant before even we look at the phone. So that consciousness should be there, because right now, I remember in our childhood, we were taught that when you wake up, you look at your hands and then say Karagre Vasate Lakshmi Karamadde Saraswati Karamule tu Govinda Prabhate Karadarshanam. This is taught to every child here in India, that we should do that. But now what are they doing? We wake up in the morning and we look WhatsApp, Facebook, whatever. We start our work with that, our day with that. Please change. Go back to our original values. So japa before even you look at the phone. Because you see, whoever gets your first thought gets your whole day. If your first thought is Krishna, Krishna will control your whole day. But if your first thought is, okay, what message I have got, whether share market is what is doing, or I had invested in this and that, what happened, whether Putin has again bombed Ukraine or no, the whole day will be that. So be very careful. Whoever gets your whoever gets your first thought gets your whole day. So that's the second thing we should do. Begin your day with Krishna, not with the world. Third thing, very nice, very important, which this verse is teaching us, live with a purpose, not pressure. The life which we are living is pressure because we want to prove ourselves. in every place, whether you're working, whether you have business, whether you are professional, whether you are at home, you're just every time of your life, every minute of your life, the whole day is just going to prove yourself. So there's so much of pressure, whether you are a good person or no, whether you're a good wife or no, whether you're a good husband or no, whether you're a good son or no, everything. So pressure, whether you're a good student, whether you're a good businessman, whether you can earn nicely, whether you can enjoy nicely. So every pressure is there to prove yourself. This is material life. But life with Krishna, you don't have pressure to prove. You don't have to prove anyone that I'm a very great devotee. Life with Krishna is purpose to serve. So this verse is actually an invitation that don't live with pressure, live with Krishna, life with Krishna. So live with purpose, not pressure. That means work. Yes, you have to work. You practice, do your duty sincerely, but leave the results to Krishna. Stop competing unnecessarily. As a devotee, be responsible but not anxious all the time. So we should stop competing unnecessarily. Let the world do what they want. We are not there to compete with them. We don't want competition, we want service. We are happy losing in love to Krishna. So if you lose, that's fine. But we are not ready to win without Krishna. So that's why live with purpose, not pressure. And you should measure your life by peace, not speed. In our modern life, we celebrate speed, right? And busyness. If a person is very busy, oh, all the time very busy, yes, he very, very important person. But no, what we need is inner stability, clarity of mind, quality of attention, which you can give to your children, which you can give to your family, which you can give to your spiritual life, which you can give to your business. You need quality of attention. A peaceful life is a successful life. We should come to that. And we should see everything as Krishna's energy. That is very important. See everything. Practices that practice certain things like possess nothing, use everything. Possess nothing means this doesn't belong to me, it's Krishna's, but he has given me to use. Okay, let me use it. So when you're in this mood, what happens? Gratitude replaces entitlement. If you're in mood that I possess everything, then entitlement is come. I'm entitled to this. I deserve this. This is mine. And when you are forced to leave it, it's very painful. But when you think that this is nothing, it's all Krishna's, I'm just here to use for some time, then the gratitude comes. Every time you use your things, you feel grateful to Krishna. So that's why very important that you choose your association carefully. Association shapes consciousness. Increase devotee association. Reduce your draining conversations for hours and hours on phone or anything. It's so draining and you don't get ultimately anything. So increase devotee contact, protect devotional mood because you'll become like those whom you are hearing. So be very careful. And in our life, most of the time, we measure our life by achievements, right? Numbers. Success is counted by results, right? That's what they say. Success is counted by results. Like they say, if you want to see a person is successful or no, look into his pockets. If he has money, he is successful. So this world is like that. The success is counted by results. In devotional life or life with Krishna. Today we are talking of life with Krishna. So life with Krishna, success is counted by remembrance. If you can remember Krishna, that's the success. If you can love Krishna, that's the success. There's no numbers. What have you achieved? Nothing. Okay, you could not build big, big temples. You could not do this. Nobody bothers. Did you remember Krishna? Did you love Krishna? Did you surrender to Krishna? This is bhakti. So every day you should practice this before you go to bed. Did I remember Krishna today? So ask. Not that I don't know, but many people may be asking in the night, did I impress others or not today? But we are not supposed to ask that. Did I impress others? Uh, if you really want to impress someone, impress Krishna. That is that's allowed. Do everything for Krishna. Gopis were getting ready. Gopis were decorating themselves. Gopis were wearing the best of the dresses they had to impress Krishna. That's okay. But we are trying to impress others. Even if they become impressed, what am I going to give? So better a simple life with remembrance of Krishna than a big, very complicated life with forgetfulness of Krishna. So we should accept difficulties as Krishna's mercy. Because as devotees, we are interpreting differently, right? We are different. We are trying to live differently. Krishna, life with Krishna. So see challenges as purification. Avoid blaming Krishna or anyone else. Devotee doesn't ask why me, but what is Krishna teaching me? That is important. So live a life. So what we should do, we should daily have some practices. What is a formula? Krishna conscious lifestyle formula. Morning, remember Krishna. Daytime, serve Krishna. Evening, thank Krishna. Wonderful lifestyle. Simple. You should ask daily that today what was one thing that I did which helped me in serving Krishna? Did I forget him anytime? Oh, that's like a wrong question, I should say. Anytime. Or I should be asking, did I remember him anytime instead of forgetting him anytime? Uh, And then we should ask, how can I remember him more tomorrow? Today my day was not successful. I could not remember him. So maybe tomorrow. So living differently in Krishna consciousness means same house, same job, different heart and different goal. A devotee lives in this world, but the world does not live in the devotee. I hope you understood what I'm saying. Devotee lives in this world, but the world does not live in the devotee. Krishna lives in the devotee. So we should be very, very thankful to Krishna. The kind of knowledge he's sharing with Arjuna, inspiring Arjuna to fight. It seems like that. But when we try to understand it differently, differently means as Krishna wants us to understand. When we read, when we hear, and when we hear the stories of those who were so dedicated, like Haridas Thakur to chanting. What was his fault? His fault was that he just wanted to chant the holy name. That was his fault. What was the fault of Prahlad Maharaj? He just wanted to chant the holy name. He wanted to remember Krishna. That was his fault. What was fault of Jesus? He wanted everyone to become God conscious. He was speaking about God. He was speaking about kingdom of God. He said the same thing what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. He says about the kingdom of God itself illuminated. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Natad bhasayate suryo na shashanko na pavaka. There's no need of electricity. So he was explaining that please go back to the Father. He's son of God, considered. So he was telling, come on, I'll take you to the Father. And nobody was ready. They crucified him. This is world. We are not ready for Krishna. I've heard that very soon we will be celebrating in a month's time, maybe, or a month, or a little more than a month, a very important day for people, not for devotees, but for people. Saint Valentine Day, right? Have you heard of this Valentine Days? You don't celebrate it there, maybe. Only in India they may be celebrating it. Do you know of Valentine Day or no? Any of you? Uh, okay, I think in the chat box or something. Yeah, I can understand that. Yes, all of you know about it. So, do you know why do they celebrate Valentine Day? Maybe because they say you become my Valentine, or I would like to offer you a flower or a card or something. It's like maybe day for love, right? Expressing love. But Saint Valentine Day is a day when a very great saint, his name was Valentine, Saint Valentine, two Saint Valentines at different times they came. He was a celibate monk. He was not a lover who was giving flowers and cards to others. He was a celibate monk. He was preaching the glories of God. He was caught, he was tortured, and on this day, he was killed because he was spreading the glories of God. And we celebrate Saint Valentine days. So these are the people who were so absorbed in God consciousness, who were so absorbed. They were actually awake. People were sleeping. They came to wake them up. Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya, when he came, there's a wonderful bhajan which we sing. Jiva jago, jiva jago, Gora Chand bole. Kato nidra jao maya, pisachira kole. It's a beautiful song. It says that Jiva Jago, Jiva Jago. Jiva means up. Sleeping souls wake up. Jiva Jago, Jiva Jago. Gora Chand Bole. Lord Chaitanya is calling you. Koto Nidra Jao Maya, Pishachira Kole. You're sleeping in the lap of Maya. Please wake up. So this wake up call is being given here in this wonderful verse. And it is said that a devotee is sleeping or awake when others are awake or sleeping. So we need to understand that this is for all of us, that let's change. Let's bring a shift in our consciousness. Not just the discipline alone, but vision change is needed. Example, when we sleep early and wake up early. So we don't wake up early. We wake up early not to impress Krishna, but to meet him. We meet Krishna every day. When we wake up early, we take his darshan, we chant his name. So just a shift in the consciousness is required, and everything else will become so nice. So yes, Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Sanyami Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani Sa Nisha Pashyato Munehe. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Any questions or comments? Any objections? You can raise your hand if you have anything to say or anything to ask, or you can put it in the chat box also. We will be happy to read it out or answer if there is a question. No questions or no comments. You are still with Krishna. Now I think now you're living life with Krishna. You said, we don't want to ask you anything. We are with Krishna, life with Krishna. So thank you very much. Very, very grateful to all of you. You're taking your valuable time off on this Sunday, every Sunday. And really feel so honored that you're giving me an opportunity to serve all of you by speaking something from Bhagavad Gita and the words of Krishna. And let me tell you now, we have just started coming on the interesting part of Bhagavad Gita. So second chapter onwards. Actually, in second chapter, Krishna has spoken a lot of things. And from third chapter onwards, he's going to explain in details. So a lot of things we will be discussing. Please continue to attend these classes. And you're most welcome to ask any question on the group. We have a group where you all send your recordings of the shloka. So if you have any questions, please write on that. I will definitely answer your question. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.